by now, you can feel it. Tangibly feel it. Maybe not so comfortable. But by now, you know that something big is coming. And you could feel it inside of you. The more that we rethink the way that we put together life or what life is, and the more we use Tesla's format and thinking in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, we have an inner standing. You have to understand. You have to have an inner standing, know thyself. If you know your body, if you know your point of homeostasis, if you've been feeling it, and you could see examples of it, and I see it myself, things that don't, would not rationally make sense if I'm using a 3D lens. I could even see it on the channel. That's what I do, right? I do YouTube. And, when I'm going through, and you feel the ascension symptoms, you feel a low. Well, when I'm feeling it and there's nothing I could do to force it, the channel kind of goes down as well. And as we're in this new reality, right? We're in the quantum, our vibrational frequency, when you go through these shifts and then you get prepared to launch, right? I shared this before. It's like God, when God, I'm going backwards, but God is pulling back that arrow, right? You're like an arrow, and like Hawkeye. And if you didn't see that video, check it out, okay? Like Hawkeye, and you're being launched right now. What is happening in the background? What is happening in the background? These energies are working in the background. And that's what we're feeling, the micro and the macrocosm. We're going to be discussing that. 5 countries with a blackout, no power in 5 countries. The importance of keep going, maybe without validation, love or happiness, maybe during tough times. You have to stay focused on one thing, and it's not easy. What does this energy actually represent? What's happening to restrictions? How you feel about being outside? The longest road. We have a lot to get into today. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you being here, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Could you kindly hit the like button? I'm so grateful for that. When you do that, it helps others to find this very powerful message. A lot of people are feeling this right now. They're feeling the changes, right? We're feeling energy. What is energy? It's the ability to cause change. We could detect energy's presence by noticing a change. You might be noticing a change in your body. You might be noticing a change in the world. We have 5 countries blacked out. A lot of things going on. A lot of things happening all at once. This is the summer where everything changes. Massive shift this summer. It's a powerful year. It's a year of abundance. It's a year of multiple, very powerful solar bursts, activities, solar flares, solar storms, Schumann spikes. We just had a Schumann Resonance spike, power 71. When you see that white, I depicted it in the thumbnail, that white represents light coding. And for those that are awake and aware to your authentic DNA, 93% of the function of DNA is light and sound reception and transmission. That's what you're not junk DNA. I know there's always new people. We covered this the other day. You go to the channel page. Okay, you're not junk. And the more and more we're bombarded with this, and I see it as well. People that were like totally not into this stuff, now they're coming over to me asking me all this stuff, right? They see me in the gym. What's going on, right? And that you might have been on this journey for years and years and years. And when you start to see this and you see people starting to come around, people starting to keep an open mind. One of the most important aspects of science, always keep an open mind. And people are having that open mind right now. And they're starting to witness these massive changes. And this is true ascension this year. There are 5 countries without power, major blackouts. Albania, Bosnia, Croatia, Montenegro, and Ecuador was a little bit earlier last week. This is representing the micro and the macro. When I look at 5 countries losing power, right? Power's out. Lights are out. The other day we talked about maybe you're feeling deep sleep. You've been sleeping so deep, and a person wrote, and I use that as an example. Please leave comments. We are a community here. It's like coming out of anesthesia. That's how deep the sleep. Are you still experiencing this type of sleep? You know your point of homeostasis. No one else can tell you. You know how you normally sleep at night. Are you sleeping? Oh, Bosnia, Yelena, we got power yesterday. Big hugs from Bosnia. Shout out. Please share the channel in Bosnia. Thank you, Yelena. I appreciate you being here. Right? So the micro and the macro. All right. When we think of the world, right, and certain areas, what's happening in the background? What's happening when you reboot, right? I shared that the other day. That's the energy theme, reboot. You got to shut the power off, turn it back on. It's happening to us, right? You might be experiencing this deep sleep, deep rest, and it feels like you might come out of I never had anesthesia, but someone shared that, so that's a beautiful example that we could share. It's like whoa! It's like I need a moment to get back into my body. Does that explain how you feel? You wake up, it's like my soul needs to get back into my body. I don't even feel like I'm in my body. You know, sometimes I sleep like that in the beach. I pass out in the sun. It's like almost like we're taken out so that the body could go through its healing, and then we come back in. Maybe you felt like that, right? This is just a feeling, right? A feeling of how deep and the deep healing that it is needed. Deep healing is needed. Think about all the traumas that you took on since 2020. It has not been an easy time period. Has it? Got to be real. So it is needed. You have to keep going. How do you move forward without validation, without love, without happiness? How do you show up every day? How do you keep going? You have to find that place that's called driven. Driven, beyond motivated, driven. You know, I share about the Sigma archetypes, Sigma male, Sigma female. And a man and a woman of principle cannot be moved. And you know this. You know here you're like a man on a mission. You're a woman on a mission. And it doesn't matter. You don't need validation. You know, and a lot of people, they struggle with these things. They struggle with loneliness. As I'm leaving this message, this is June, which is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Let's be aware to our men that are suffering in silence. And a lot of people are seeking love. That's why love has been destroyed on purpose. Did you know this? Because, Bruce Lipton, Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about this as well. When you are in love, when you feel comfortable, you have someone with you, you're in a state of meditation. Now, a lot of people, they're out there searching. Well, during this time period, this is what is called spiritual warfare. If you're learning something new, hit that like. If I'm speaking the truth here, spiritual warfare. So during this time, you got to put the blinders on. You have to look at your drive. You have to look at your mission. And I know a lot of people are lonely. It's actually one of the most popular videos that I've shared, speaking the truth about this, loneliness. That's what spiritual warfare is about, because you can't go out there chasing this, chasing that. You have to move forward, keep going without the validation, without love, without maybe your true happiness. Your true happiness comes by leaving a legacy. You know, we're in the game of life. It's not easy, especially when these energies are rising up right now. It ain't easy. But you came here for greatness. You're great warriors. You signed up for this. Great competitors want to compete against the best. That's why we came to Earth School. Look up Dolores Cannon if you don't know Dolores Cannon. We're in Earth School. We came here for this. This energy right now that has been coming in over the past few days represents breakthrough. Everyone, 1,000 people, write in the comments, breakthrough, breakthrough energy. This is breakthrough. Breakthrough, focus on that. Focus on the breakthrough. This energy doesn't do it for you, but it lights the Holy Spirit fire inside of you so that you will be beyond motivated, driven to break through yourself. You have the energy, you have the Holy Spirit fire to dominate. You have the Holy Spirit fire, the energy to conquer. It's time for you to conquer. The obstacle is the way. You had obstacles in your way. It's time for you to conquer these obstacles. It's time for you to actually dominate, barrel roll through, bulldoze over the obstacles. The obstacle, you don't run away from the obstacle, right? You put on the full armor of God. You put that helmet on. You're like the juggernaut, and you blast through. You blast through the obstacle. That's the time period right now. That's the time period right now. This is what the energy represents. Breakthrough. That's right, Michelle. Michelle knows her superheroes. You have to barrel through it right now. Go right at you. There's no obstacles. There's no restrictions. Restrictions are being blasted or cleared away at this time. You thought you had restrictions. Remember, a lot of these things, we are subconsciously creating the reality. The restrictions you had, throw them out. And they are being blasted and cleared away. There are no restrictions. And if you take the journey with us on this channel, you will know by the end of this week, there are no more rules. There are no more restrictions. End of this week, hit that subscribe button. It's coming. You might feel during this time period that you must be outside. You see the sun blazing? Looks nice out there. Oh, I have to go. You can't. You start stirring. This is how you navigate this time period. This is how you navigate these shifts. It's not easy. I have tons. I get blasted with the anxiety as well. But I know that's why awareness is the precursor to change. You have to be aware of these things, right? And you know, I didn't rely on going out in nature when I was younger to this extent. That's thy medicine. It's my medicine. It's our medicine. That's our healing. You're feeling these, and so many people. I have friends in the gym, and they're all feeling this stuff, right? Talking to people. They're feeling the massive shift. We're now in the summer of assert dominance. And in this summer, right, we had that summer solstice energy. We had a lot of powerful energies that came in. And people are feeling it. And the more you're outside, you feel better. And that's the old way. The old way, you know, just, you know, give them a pill for this, take a pill for that, you know, it's for your anxiety. These fixes are not going to, you can't last that way anymore. I appreciate that, Queen. The Queens are here. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. We're a family here. Please hit that subscribe if you're new. When you're outside, right, you're grounding. I put a post up on Patreon, right? You look at that image, right? You have to get all sources well-rounded. As I sit alone with God on the beach, I get my directions. I get my vocation. I get where I need to go and what I need to do. And God said, Michael, you bring balance and alignment. You have to have balance. You have to balance the energies, right? Are you getting the grounding? Are you getting the nutrients? Are you getting the sunlight? Are you getting the breath? You have to bring it all in. You got to bring it all together. You got to balance the energies. And balance is so important at this time. A lot of the world out of whack, out of balance. You know, here on this channel, you want to improve your life in all three phases, not just one phase, right? We focus on our spiritual wellness, our mental wellness, and our physical wellness. All three, like the Triforce in The Legend of Zelda. You got to have all three. You have to achieve this balance. And all different people are tuning in from all that. That's why your Uncle Mike, a lot of people love him. And some people get triggered because a lot of people in the modern era are living in their ego. And within their ego, it's I know everything. It's only my way. No, there's many different because your Uncle Mike was open-minded, because he studied all different backgrounds, all different cultures. He has many different modalities to teach many different people so that they can improve their everyday life in all three phases. You have to have different modalities at this time. On my journey, and I'm looking forward to, and I'm so excited to share about my wellness journey when it comes to food. And I have to change as well, because I've been sharing, as these energies are coming in, you might be eating less. So I have to, you know, find a way, if I want to continue my, you know, fitness, my wellness, working out, building the body. How do you do that? Maybe eating only 40% of the food. You have no appetite, right? So things are changing, right? That's that cosmic energy, the changing. As our DNA receptors are coming back online, you are clearly seeing, right? Caddy writes, 50% less food. Are you eating less food? And you have to take ownership of things. Got to take ownership. Like, if you are dealing with, you know, ascension symptoms with these massive energies, well, then it's your free will. Maybe you need to fast. Maybe you need to cleanse. You know, I didn't want to do what I did for the past, you know, over 24 hours now, but I did it. And in the end, we have a legacy. We have real life examples. We have real life evidence to show people. Can't wait till noon. Hungry. It's true. So you might, I'm telling you, I have seen such a big change in myself from the fasting, right? If you never tried it, you try it. Everything with balance. Listening to thyself. You got to know thyself. And that's why I present a certain way. We will continue to present a certain way. So many brand new things here on this channel. This summer, it's going to get real hot. Blazing. Our everyday lives is blazing. Brighter than the sun this summer. Yeah, it's brighter than the sun. That's how bright it's going to be. The longest road. You know, it's everything I did in the past year, I did because I was called to. And, you know, sometimes we're here for greatness. And God knows us better than we know ourselves. God gives us a scenario, says, okay, son, figure it out. We're not too thrilled about it. No. The longest road, you know, we're here strutting into the summer of assert dominance, like Ric Flair. We're strutting in like Ric Flair, okay? You don't know him, you got to look him up, use the Google, okay? We're strutting into the summer like Ric Flair. Styling and profiling. Because we were obedient to God. Because we knew that the pain of discipline is much greater than the pain of regret. You're being beyond motivated, driven right now by these energies. These energies represent the breakthrough. There's no man, there's no woman that could affect you. You only bow down to God and you know your God-given powers. Why do you have God-given powers? Because it flows through your DNA receptors at this time. And we're being charged up. You must understand, right? And the deeper we go through these energies, and we know this, you cannot be dragged down onto the lower timeline by others. And it's a whirlwind of energy, so you might be forced to spending time alone. And that's where you find yourself. You're going to find a greater connection. You might not have good cell phone connection out in nature alone with God, but you're going to have a better connection to God. Yeah. The power that you have when you know there's so much more. When you're connected to God, who could be against you? A lot of you know this. A lot of you know this. You have to ask yourself the question, write it down if you have to, because that's what I have done. A lot of people, you know, they see me, again, some people pop in, I'm just sharing, everything is fine. Some people pop in once in a while. Some people show up every single day to this channel. If it calls you, why don't you show up every single day, all the way till the end of this year, and see if you're on a brand new timeline. And people that are showing up every day see how I do this. You have to ask yourself, where are you allocating your energy? You have to think in 3 phases. And if I am burnt out, right, you have to be very mindful of this. That's why the people, the things, the situations, the foods. I mean, think about it. You're eating foods, you go to the fast food, and now your body's at war with itself. Now you ate all these chemicals and stuff. Now you have to spend all that energy detoxing stuff. So everything counts. You have, and there is a certain amount of energy. And we could regenerate, we could replenish, but in one given day, to get all the way through the day, there is, if I'm speaking the truth, if you're feeling this right now, you might be feeling burnt out. You have to ask yourself the question, where are you allocating your energy? And there might be people out there that try to drain your energy. Some of you know them. They're called energy vampires, narcissists, demons, whatever the word is that you want to use. But you have to focus on yourself. You are on the longest road to greatness. You can write that word down, greatness. We went on the longest road to greatness. There is something, and this is something that my mother instilled in me when I was a child. There is something so much greater when you do things yourself. Lisa Patterson, thank you so much for that, Lisa. I appreciate you. See you flexing down there, Lisa. We're getting stronger, Lisa. Every second, we're getting stronger. So you have to really stay focused on and ask yourself, where are you allocating your energy? And again, everyone could have their own feedbacks on certain things. If you're here, you're on the clear channel. It is my honor to sit alone with God. I don't watch TV. I don't listen to a lot of other things. You will never hear these things. You will never know the answers unless if you sit quietly. I take my breaks. I watch certain things. But every day there is time for me to connect. And the answers will come directly from God. You have to take anything in life. You have to take it, and now don't take it at face value. You got to process it. That's what we're being refined right now. Cliff, thank you so much for that, Cliff. Cheers to you. I appreciate you, Cliff. Yvonne, I appreciate that comment. Please hit the like button if it is, boosting you up. It's the greatest support. I will show up every day. All I ask for is if you could kindly hit the like button every day and hit that subscribe button if you haven't, And by that, it creates a positive feedback loop so others will say, hey, we're out here, right? Remember, we're not of this world, but we're in this world. And these are the things that we do to send it out into the ether. So you have to ask yourself, where are you allocating the energy? So again, so we have 5 countries without power. And when I look at that, and when you could look at that, look at yourself, there is things that are happening. Things happen when the power is out. You know, you might have something wrong in the house with your electric. You have to go to the main source, shut all the power off because you don't want to get electrocuted, right? And then you could fix things. Then you could change things. There's electricity also going through your body. It's so interesting that people, and it's just we're just not aware of these things. We always think, oh, the electric circuit, I'm not a computer, you have electricity, you have nerves. There's electric current going through you. You have the salt of the earth in you? Got to get the salt of the earth. Yeah. When you think about how this energy removes restrictions, barriers, blockages, all of these blockages have been removed. It could come from the mind and it could come from the spirit. Things are allowed to happen for a period of time. If you're new to this channel, and I've done this, you might be a person doing the work of God, resonate with chosen ones, the 144,000, the rainbow warriors of the Hopi prophecy, whatever it is. But you're here to do the work of God. You're here to do good things. Well, guess what? Here in the vibration of authenticity, there's people out there that are not the nicest. And they might put energies out there, but guess what? All of these spells and things, they're not of the light, so they all have an expiration date. And it's long expired. And now all of the blockages have been cleared and blasted away. I appreciate everyone being here right now. Let's take a moment again. We have to do a cleansing every once in a while. We'll take a minute to pray together. And we ask Almighty God to clear and remove all of the negative energies, all of the negative spells that have been put on any of our people. And we ask Almighty God to send them back to where they came from through free will. We did not ask for these things, and all of these blockages have been cleared and removed at this time. High Commander is on the ground. Yeah. Return to sender. God gave you these obstacles, just like how I go to the gym and I put the weight, extra weight, right? Oh, you're making it heavy. It's harder, of course, because then you're pushing against it. So we have the spiritual muscles as well. You got your spiritual muscles pumped up, kid. You're pumped up. Sometimes you have to know. Sometimes you have that warrior mentality. You have to know. And you put yourself subconsciously in a position. You say, how do I? It's like a puzzle. It's like literally like a puzzle. How did I get in this situation? And then you have to figure it out. Then you have to thrive in spite of. And when you're in spite of, you're working those muscles out, and you're getting stronger than you would. That's where evolution happens. It happens under great pressure. A diamond is formed under great pressure. That's what we had over the past few years. That's gone now. So now you took off the weight, and now you could go. I've shared this example before. Some of you watch baseball. You watch baseball or played baseball. And baseball players, they take their bat, and when they're warming up, they put something called a donut over the bat. It adds extra weight to the bat, and they're swinging the bat. They swing the bat. Now they're up at bat. Boom. They take the donut off. Now the bat is lighter, so they're strong. They're used to pressing against all that extra weight, and now they could swing faster and knock the ball out of the park. Home run this summer. Home run. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like to use everyday life examples so that we understand what's going on. how we could succeed. We need to move forward in society with actual answers. Not complaining, not tearing others down, but building each other's up. And a lot of you, we shared this in our Patreon community. This energy really came in the beginning of this year. It's the year of abundance. And you're tired. You're tired of the negativity. Don't watch the TV. Don't watch those fake social media people. Turn them off. Don't listen to the negativity. Turn it off. Because attention is the currency of the universe. And then the more that you pay attention to it, you're creating the negative feedback loop. Here on this channel, we create a positive feedback loop. Loop it. Loop it. Loop it good. Loop it good. We're looping it good. We went on the longest road for greatness. All of the things that I shared when I started this mission, as I shared in authenticity, my very first one, the first one I didn't get many views. I sat out in the cold. I share sometimes some of my great videos, they don't get a lot. And then when I'm talking about the video, it gets more views than the actual video. It's strange. But I was out in the cold. I don't like the cold. And the snow was blasting me in the face. And I said, the will beats the skill. That's what you need to get through these energies. The will beats the skill. You could write that down in the comments as well. The will beats the skill. So absolutely, Ronnie, it's all about laughing. That's what we do on this channel. Your Uncle Mike makes you laugh because you're raising a vibrational frequency. I appreciate that, right? It is epic AF. Is this channel epic AF? Let us know. Yeah, I appreciate everyone that shows up every day. Pops in once in a while, or you're brand new. I appreciate you being here. Remember, it's divine timing. There's no right or wrong. We all have individualized journeys. But at this time, we have to know general directions. General directions. We talk about this. Are you moving in the right direction, 1%? Some people go in the wrong direction, 1% every day. And that's why, you could be in a world and they don't hear you anymore. You're on a totally different vibrational frequency. Your frequency, right? These things, allow and let go. You got to let go. You got to allow it, and let it go. Because we're being cleansed. We fight against it, holding on. No, God's like, purge. I have spent so much time purging, and a lot of stuff, it wasn't our fault, but guess what? We have to deal with it. The urge to purge. Some of you remember that one. The urge to purge. Every once in a while, you might get an urge to purge. Right? I have another one as well. I was talking earlier about the sun. I was like, oh, it might rain this week. Then it's sunny. Then it's like I have to go out. Right? What is an everyday life example of what you do? When I have my chores that I need to do, I try to do them when it's raining outside or it's not nice. And when it's blazing sun, I gotta be out grounding. It's so important. It's so important at this time. Yeah, you have to be careful of all the toxins, right? Remember the 3 T's if you're new. 3 T's, toxins, trauma, thoughts, write them down, get rid of them. Tonight on Patreon, we're going to be having a very powerful live stream because all this stuff that's happening, we're going to collaborate as a group on Zoom. The link is in the description if you'd like to be part of that. A lot of people are feeling this right now. And for me on my journey, it's amazing to see, like just when you're talking to regular people in the gym, and some of them are starting to watch the channel. Hi guys. Okay, they are. You got to go out to the world and start talking because people are more receptive. People are saying, what's going on? They're all ready. Imagine at the end of this year. What a wild year. It's a wild ride. It's a wild ride. Wild ride. So overall, it is a powerful time. Ask yourself if you want to navigate, where are you allocating this energy? You know, think about how do you keep going without validation? Remember, you are only in competition with yourself. Dr. Brucey Bruce talks about this. The fake science of competition is wrong. It's about cooperation. Cooperation. And I get it's within the same species, not others. I get that. I get that. But I'm better than you. You know this, right? So you got to raise awareness. We got to make jokes about it so we make it lighter. Laugh. Bugs Bunny taught us this. Remember Bugs Bunny? Laugh, clown. Laugh, clown. Ah, come on, laugh. He smacks him in the back of the head. Yeah, Bugs Bunny teaches us about the spiritual awakening journey and ascension. Yeah. So keep going. Know that the breakthrough is now, but you have to take part in it. Okay? God gives assistance, but we have to do it. We have to do these things. So I love each and every one of you. What are you feeling at this time? Do you feel it in your guts? Do you feel it in your system? You know something big is coming, and it's already happening. It's happening right now. It's happening in your vessel. Remember, these things happen energetically before it manifests physically in this world. So that's why, oh, you feel it, and then a little bit later, and then, oh, it's here. And I literally see it happening right now. I love each and every one of you. I'm so grateful if you watched all the way to this part. And please, the greatest support, hit the like if you haven't done so already. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. We have daily videos 9 a.m. Eastern time. You get a little notification on your phone if you hit that subscribe button that we're on. And stay focused on just being 1% better every day. Some people might be tuned in and, you know, all these spiritual things out there. Well, let's practice trans-rational spirituality, not, you know, all that crazy stuff you see out there as well. Let's find the intersection of manifesting or creating our abundance and supporting society. And the work that we do builds society. It's my honor to do this. It's my honor to present from a place of authenticity. It was my honor to go on the longest road. I appreciate you all. We have a live stream tonight on Patreon. We have TikTok. Links are in the description and on the channel page. We have TikTok. We have brand new Facebook. Okay, all those links are there. Connect across all platforms. Keep sharing. You could utilize the hashtag #OurEverydayLives. When you share any and all of these videos, I'm so grateful for that. Sharing is caring. And just keep going, man. Just keep going. All right. I love you all. I'll see you tonight on Patreon. Bye for now.